Hey, what's up? It's your boy Burf, and I'm back, baby, with another epic vintage toy hunting adventure. And this is part 3 of the Grapevine, Texas G.I. Joe show. So, as I told you in previous videos, this was the 4th time I've been to this show, and it was an awesome show all the way around. So many great vendors, so many amazing vintage toys, and just getting to meet so many different subscribers at the show was an absolute pleasure. But in my previous videos, I said there was one thing that I picked up at this show which made it the biggest score of my life as far as the G.I. Joe show goes. So, you know, I've been 4 years in a row. This is the biggest score ever at the show, and I can't wait to reveal that to you in today's video. I am so excited to show you guys what I got. This is something I've been wanting for a while. It is something that a lot of collectors are chasing after, and I got just an absolute, like, astonishing, amazing, fantastic, phenomenal. There's so many words to describe this deal. Like, I got a kick-ass deal on it, and I can't wait to show you how much I actually paid for it. So, all right, guys, I'm excited. I hope you're excited. If you are, hit the like button, and then let's roll out.
My name is Burf, and this is my turf. I'm straight out of the thrift store.
Check this dude out. Holy cow, man. This guy looks freaking awesome. Oh, look, we got all kinds of flashing lights in here to draw us in. Now, who are these guys here, I wonder?
For your diorama. Yeah, you know what would be cool, man? Horses
I think I have most of these Star Wars. I don't see anything in here that I don't have.
Jay!
Oh, we got some Migos over here. I think Keith said he was going to be coming to the show on Sunday, so I'm sure Keith will be checking this booth out. Oh man, look at this Tommy gun. Alright, well, we got a box of Lucy's over here. Looks like we got some adventure people, which is awesome. I do love adventure people. So I ended up digging through that bucket of adventure people, and I pulled this guy out. So I ended up with this Evel Knievel looking dude. I had to get him. The red, white, and blue just drew me in. I'm like, I need that guy. I need to have an Evel Knievel adventure person. I don't know if that's who he's supposed to be, but that's who he reminds me of. So that's who he's gonna be. From this day forward, this is Evel Knievel. I had the motorcycle already, but and I had a motorcyclist for the bike, but I ditched that guy real fast, man. I pulled him off and put him on. Now I'll have to get another bike for my other figure. Go figure.
Fisher Price presents
The Adventure People.
toys for your older kids. There's the Northwoods Trailblazer, ready for his adventures. Or the Daredevil Skydiver, to go as high as a child can toss him. And the TV Action Team, to play with on its own, or with any of our 13 other Adventure People toys. The Adventure People and their TV Action Team comes complete as shown. Other sets sold separately by Fisher Price.
See if there's anybody in here I really want. That guy kind of looks like Evel Knievel. I might have to pick him up. Mr. TTT. Oh, look at these guys. Oh, those are so cool, man. Lots of cool stuff here today. So these G.I. Joe Adventure Team intruders are freaking awesome, and they're definitely on my radar. Now, this guy at the show, this particular booth, like, he's pretty pricey. In fact, a lot of the stuff that I've seen in previous years is still here at his booth, because I've seen these figures the last 4 years I've been to this show. And you can't tell me that people don't want to buy them. You know what I mean? They're pretty awesome. And I really doubt that he's got, like, you know, dozens of them laying around. I don't know. He might. But, like, I feel like these are the same intruder figures that I've seen the last 4 years. And like I said, his prices are pretty high, and I just don't think people are wanting to pay that. But these things are definitely on the radar. They may be an eBay pickup for me in the future. I think they're pretty cool. Wow, look at all these World War I German soldiers, man. Oh, look at this. It's Harrison Ford. It's Indiana Jones. Yeah.
A lot of footage.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a video on YouTube of these guys. I've got the old German World War I
Yeah.
marching song behind it. But
Oh, that's cool.
I started collecting these a couple years ago, and as soon as I started collecting them, couldn't find it anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're Hasbro.
Real hard to find now,
They came out in 1990. They're the Hasbro Foreign Soldiers edition.
Okay.
And then the way they were boxed, the wording, somebody made a complaint to Hasbro.
Oh, really?
So Hasbro pulled them, destroyed the boxes, and bagged these up and sold them for $10.
No.
But if you find one in a box, an original box, very rare.
So, did you guys know that Hasbro made this line? I had no idea that this line even existed. And I swear to God that is Harrison Ford. I swear they took maybe the Han Solo 12-inch face, the mold for that, and made a German soldier out of him. You know, it's not the first time he's played a German soldier, you know, at least one in disguise. But hey, you know, these things are super cool, and this guy is really knowledgeable about World War II and World War I. In fact, this guy, I don't know if we talk about it here in an upcoming segment with him, but he actually had to build an entire, like, shed, like a whole addition, like almost like another house, he said, or something, or a garage, just to house his figures, because he's really into building dioramas and stuff like that. And I asked him if, you know, sometime in the near future, if maybe I could come by and film his collection. And he thought that was a great idea and gave me his information. So I'll be in touch with him. So hopefully we'll get a closer peek at the rest of his collection. In the meantime, let's see what else he has to say.
The main thing is I repair vehicles. I do fabrication. I repair, like, the 21st century motorcycles.
Oh, wow,
I
yeah.
repair all those. Like this one has a broken handlebars. I repair all that. That's my main thing.
Oh, wow.
On my Facebook, I have a whole channel dedicated to repairing and salvaging old vehicles, because they're not making it. 21st century's been out of business for 20 years.
Yeah.
But I repair that, and then I fabricate diorama bases.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, I make them all out of styrofoam, and then I
really?
make my own molds.
Really?
And that's hydrocal.
Oh, wow.
So, and I sell these as a kit.
Okay.
All kinds of stuff.
You sell it as a kit where people do it themselves?
Yeah, they
or
can paint it up. They paint it up and put their figures and stuff. But,
Okay.
And again, that's my main hobby.
Dude, that is fantastic.
I usually do styrofoam buildings, and you've probably seen my stuff on Facebook. I make styrofoam buildings.
Where do people find you on Facebook?
Go to Diorama Works,
Okay.
and it's also on Facebook, Diorama Works.
Okay.
And just hit subscribe and follow. I've got tutorials
Okay.
on how to do it yourself.
Do you have them on YouTube as well?
Yeah, YouTube under the same name, Diorama Works.
Okay.
And but yeah, and my tutorials are simple, and it shows you every step to go, and so you can make your own dioramas.
Okay.
You know, all you got to do is find a styrofoam box.
I love that.
Go to your animal clinic or go to your local clinic, and they're made basically styrofoam boxes. They transport dry ice in.
Okay.
They'll give them to you because they can't throw them away because they're petroleum products.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
they'll give them to you. They'll give you stacks of them, and you can make diorama bases. You can make gaming bases for tabletop games.
Yeah.
You can make your own dioramas.
Dude, that's...
And my YouTube channel shows you how to do all that.
Are these all ones that are not for sale?
This is my collection.
This is your
yeah.
That
And
looks
if-
like
if-
Harrison
if-
Ford, man.
Yeah, I know. If somebody comes up here and offers me $2,000, I may consider it.
May consider it. They
But
are
again, there's a
fantastic.
lot of. I mean, like I find pieces and parts. Like here yesterday, I bought these two uniforms. You know, because you can't find these put together anymore.
Yeah.
Because either A, they're all in a box somewhere in somebody's garage.
Yeah.
You know, because they're over Hasbro. Nobody really. But they're early war Prussian uniforms where the Germans came into World War I.
Yeah.
In 1913, 1914, they still had Prussian uniforms. And then they switched over slowly to these solid green uniforms.
I didn't know
because
that.
the nice, pretty uniforms were too expensive. Plus, when they get a lot of blood and mud on them, they're not very attractive.
Right.
And the Germans are all about the look.
Right? Yeah, that was one
Anyway,
thing.
but,
The Germans were very stylish.
They were very stylish, and even up to World War II, they
Yeah.
had the coolest. I mean, look, modern day stuff is based on German stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the M60 based
Right.
on the MG42.
I've always said that the German officer uniforms were like, I mean, they could be on a runway.
They were
You know what I
dressed to
mean?
impress.
Yes.
They were the best looking POWs ever.
Right.
But you know, and again, they beat themselves in the wars because they didn't have the American moxie. The Germans followed orders verbatim. They weren't allowed to do anything outside the box.
Yeah.
Luckily for the Americans, they were able to think on their feet. So you've got sergeants, NCOs from Brooklyn. You got sergeants from Texas that are thinking on their feet.
Right.
You know, they don't have to follow the orders by the word. They have to, make do with what they have.
Yeah, think outside
why
the box,
Germans
right?
Lost the war because they had better stuff, but they just didn't have the guys who could think for themselves in the field.
Right. Makes sense. That
Yeah,
makes
and all the
total
wars are
sense.
won by NCOs.
Right.
They are, really.
Oh, here's some Mighty Max Mini stuff. Man, old Egon here, he's always got a broken tie. Who are these guys here?
Tapu Tigers.
What are they called?
Tapu Tigers. They came in these cases originally.
Okay.
It's a figure set of a bunch of different guys. It came with like a tank play set and stuff. It came out like a few years after G.I. Joe released in the 60s.
Oh, really? Well, those guys are cool. Oh, look at this thing. Wow. This diorama is awesome.
Yeah, so super cool. I like this with the laser guns. Yeah, and that's leftover stuff from.
And they come from me, so you got no shipping, no tax, and you got the nice guy charge. Okay. Whether you or me. But that's straight up honest. There's where my numbers come from.
So I've got a toy. What Dave does, he doesn't want you to
Space case.
This is why we don't have.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
We're doing all right.
How was it? How was it last night?
The Valleyverse line was pretty packed.
Was it?
Yeah, there was a crap ton of people here. This morning it was pretty packed. And
Yeah.
then, you know, it dies lunchtime.
Right.
Lunchtime. That's good. It's going good.
That's cool, man.
You just get here?
Just a little bit ago. Yeah. Picked up a few small things. Oh wow.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers, robots in disguise.
Attack the Autobot commander! Call in the Decepticon leader!
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Transformers from Hasbro.
So this G1 Megatron is definitely another vintage toy that's on my radar. I do have a G1 Optimus Prime, a complete Prime, and I'd like to get my hands on a complete G1 Megatron as well. This one in the case is not complete, obviously, but they could still fetch a pretty penny even in an incomplete status. However, even if I had the money to buy this, I probably would have passed on it, just because I do want a complete version of it. And it's just something I'm gonna have to save up for, or I'm gonna have to sell some of my share to get the money to actually buy it. So, but anyway, let's see what else we can dig up here at the show. Oh, looks like we got a box of parts down here. What's this? Huh. I've got a couple of these guys. I got this guy loose.
She's not gonna find her.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Glad you found it. I didn't really have a booth, but I was gonna go to.
Oh, here's one that's opened up. That looks fantastic. What a cool playset, huh? Oh, this must be the original foam. Maybe? I don't know. That could be replacement foam. Ghostbuster cereal. What? Man, I was this close to actually buying that box of cereal until I found out it wasn't vintage at all. Like, it still had the cereal in it, and I was like shaking it, and I looked at the vendor and I was like, oh my God, like this still has the cereal in it from the 80s? And he was like, oh no, that's not vintage. That's modern. That's when Age of Empire, Empire of Ice Empire. What was it called? Something Empire of Frozen Empire. That's what it was. That's from Frozen Empire when it came out. So I didn't even know that, though. I didn't know they made Ghostbusters cereal for the new movie. That's kind of cool. This must be from like Sectars or something. I think it kind of reminds me of something that would be from Sectars. What's this? Star Wars Micro Collection.
Those are $3.
$3 for each. Okay.
For $3. Some of those are like 70s, 80s.
Yeah. Okay.
I just had them forever. It's just time to go.
Time to go, right?
Everything's time to go. But it is fun to kid.
I actually have a few of these guys. Oh, I've never seen them actually work though. Oh, that is so cool. This one here doesn't work. Doesn't mean it can't work, but it's not currently working. I wonder what he's got on these. Well, it turns out this guy only wanted $10 each for these figures. So these figures are made by a company called Toy Island. The name of the line is Video Command, and this is Hawkeye and Lizard. So I had a few other of, I think it was like 2 other of these figures in my collection. Neither one of those ones actually work, but I was able to get these ones working. So I plugged some battery, changed the batteries out in them, and they were a little corroded, so I had to clean them up a little bit with a little white vinegar and baking soda, but I did get them in working order. Check this out. So here's what they look and sound like. You can tell the speaker on it is not very loud, but these are the Video Command figures. And this one here, I don't think his speakers work at all. He just makes these creepy faces. Pretty neat though. Well, as you can imagine, this toy line is kind of unknown and unrecognizable. In fact, most people when they see these toys, they say, "What are those?" You know, they don't know anything about it. They're like, "What is this?" Like, I don't even remember these toys. The only reason I know about them is because I found a couple of them in thrift stores over the years. There's Video Command, which is what we just saw, and then there's also Voice Command, which some people say are actually a Rambo knockoff. And to be honest with you, I can see it. I can see they kind of do remind me of some of the Rambo figures from back in the day, but whether they're Rambo knockoffs or were supposed to be, I don't know. But either way, I think it's a pretty cool toy line all the way around, and I'll definitely be keeping my eye out for more. Man, that's like zombie Eric Estrada. Look how washed out his face is. Hey, it's Vinny Barbarino. In fact, it's the whole Welcome Back Cotter gang. That's awesome. The Sweat Hogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I didn't want to spend that much, but it's in good shape.
See, he's saying pay the 110. You know, the thing is, that's not my arrow lunchbox. I was like, that's the one.
It's in good condition.
But you see,
Combat Man's equipment case. Oh look, it's like a seat. It's like a seat in the Jeep. So this bin is all $5 a figure. You might have to take them out of the bag. Take a picture of them.
They didn't like that.
We're trying to figure out who this guy is.
Nemesis. Dark Nemesis.
Dark
X.
Nemesis. Can I see him?
Dark Nemesis X. Staff.
Oh yeah. I'll take him, dude, for $5. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, there's Juggernaut. There's another Juggernaut. Oh, I'll take him for $5. He's a little wore out, but I can army build with him for my Star Wars.
$250's worth.
Cool.
All turtles in here.
Okay.
And this is all vintage Star Wars in here.
Oh, these are Star Wars.
Most of them are complete with accessories.
Okay.
I'm gonna have like aliens and predators, and other Spider-Man down
Back in there. Okay. So, okay, so this guy, he was in this box, but he probably fell out of that box.
Oh yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, he's Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Oh yes. Yeah, that's stapled in. Christ. Yeah.
I'm kind of wanting this one. So I finally pulled the trigger on this Indian Chief Leo for my TMNT collection. He was asking $15 for him. I asked if he'd take 10. He said sure. So I ended up picking him up for $10. Now he's very incomplete and he's got a little yellowing like on his feathers and stuff like that, but he's perfect for me. These are the types of toys I pick up, right? You know, I pick up the grungy, dirty, broken up toys. You know, that's my thing, right? Somebody's got to give them a home, otherwise they just end up in a landfill somewhere. Okay, so these are the JCPenney catalog Joes, the 1982.
Straight arms.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some big money there.
What do these typically go for on average?
You don't see them on eBay.
No?
Yeah.
I haven't seen them in a long time.
And are these yours?
Yeah, they're mine.
Wow.
From your childhood?
No. I bought these later in life. But all the other ones are from my childhood.
Wow, dude.
Saved them as a kid.
Let's see this one. This rock and roll is pretty sweet. He was always one of my favorite.
Rock and roll?
Roll, yeah. That is awesome. Man, those are fantastic. Yeah. Like you said, you don't see those very often.
No.
Okay, gang. So David just gave me the most amazing deal. So I'm going to get the WWF wrestling ring, the LJN, and he's throwing in the 2 figures. So we got Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and then we've got Ken Patern, and $150 for all of it, dude. David, thank you.
Yeah, man.
That is, this has been on my list for a while. Yeah, I just never, I didn't want to, but including those figures, thank you. That's a no-brainer.
Everything works on it?
Yeah, and he was pointing out that like these pieces here, the tabs are always broken. So, and if
these are all missing all the time. You know,
right. You got some extras here?
No, it came with them.
Oh, okay.
Like all this was part of it.
Oh, I see. Some of these still need to be put on. Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right, Jake. And can I pay for it and just leave it here till I'm ready to leave?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh my God. I've got a WWF Wrestling Superstars wrestling ring complete with the cage back in my possession. So I had this ring as a kid, and oh my gosh, my brother and I used to beat the living shit out of this ring. I mean, we would take our figures and we would slam them down on the ring, doing, giving, body slams to them and stuff like that. Like, we used to beat that ring up. Now, it was pretty sturdy back in the day. This thing feels a little brittle now. I probably wouldn't be doing the same thing to it. But oh my gosh, this thing is absolutely amazing. Let's do a little show and tell. Oh my God, check this thing out, guys. Look at this beauty. The stickers are in pretty decent shape considering how brittle they are. Now they are like, it is kind of coming up a little bit here. You can see, might need to try and glue that down because like that will definitely break off. So I might need to do a little repair work on the stickers, but overall, the stickers look to be in pretty good shape, especially this side here. This is a really good side. And then we've got this back side over here as well. A lot of times the stickers on this thing are missing completely. So the fact that they're still even on there is a miracle in and of itself. So these figures here are just a portion of my WWF Wrestling Superstars collection. I've probably got 20 plus figures in my collection. If you've watched my toy room tour video, I'll link it up here in the in this video. If you haven't seen that, you can go check it out and you can actually see the entire collection. But I grabbed a few of them to put in the ring. We've got the steel cage. The ropes are going to need some tightening up. You can see everything is kind of, juicy-loosey in there, but we can get it all fixed up looking nice and tight. So the other thing that the two figures that came with this deal were Ken Patera back here and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Now, overall, like for the ring itself, he was originally asking $200 for it. And then the Hacksaw Jim Duggan, he was asking $80. And then for Ken Patera, he was asking $45. And I ended up getting all of it for $150. How freaking amazing is that? Oh my gosh, I am just so excited to have this ring back in my collection finally, back in my possession. Like I said, I had it as a kid, and my brother and I got hours and hours of enjoyment out of this thing. Now, my ring originally did not have the steel cage. It was just the ring itself. I think the steel cage, I can't remember if it was like an accessory that you bought for your ring or if the like second version of the wrestling ring was had the steel cage. I don't remember, but I do remember that ours was just the ring itself. And man, we used to pull these bands back and put our figures in there, and we would launch them and do like the Bundy splash. That's one figure I don't have that I need for my collection is a King Kong Bundy. I also need a Big John stud. I had those figures as a kid and loved playing with those. I also had Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, and Andre the Giant over here, but these other figures I did not have as a kid. So anyway, I am super stoked and very jazzed up about this score from the G.I. Joe show. So that was the big score I wanted to show you guys, like the one I was most excited about. Now, I did happen to pick up a few other things, which I'll show you here in just a moment as we get towards the end of this video. But that wrestling ring, oh man, guys, I have wanted that for quite a while. I just didn't want to pay the price that they're asking for it on eBay and then having to pay for shipping on top of that. So to get all of that for $150 was like just an amazing deal. So thank you, David. Thank you so much for doing that, man, for giving me such an amazing deal on it. You really did make my dreams come true. Hey, there you are. How's it going, man? Hi, Modesty. I'm Chris.
Hi,
nice to meet you. Did you find anything yet?
I found some Migos over there, but he's kind of
a little high on the price.
Yeah.
Not willing to come down on the last day?
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
I got to walk around a little bit.
Yeah. I just
get my plan together.
I got Larry to sign my VHS of the G.I. Joe movie. So awesome. he does like it's free signature if they do like a to Chris from Larry. But I didn't like, so yesterday I got the free one, but I was like, I'm gonna pay the $20 and get them to just sign something without the two, because you know, having the to birth doesn't add any value to it, you know. So,
I don't know,
because I don't know anybody would want to buy like a to birth. Not that I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna keep it in the collection anyway.
What if you just have him sign it?
Well, I did, but it was $20. So it was free for the to birth, but $20 for.
Did you have that made, dude?
No, my wife bought it.
Did she?
Yeah.
I've never seen a shirt like that.
She bought it like on 80stees.com or something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that cool? So, but yeah, man. So I came back and do a little shop in the day. Okay, so this is called a paint master, and this is what they would have sent to the factory to have them make them into a 3 3/4. Wow.
It's what shows the factory where the paint applications are.
Ah, no way. How much are one of those worth? Okay, so apparently this thing does have a price on it. So if you heard me, I asked the guy, you know, how much are one of these things worth? And he said, oh, no telling. And didn't give me a number, but apparently there was a number on it because my friend JD, who you're going to meet here in just a moment, ended up buying it. So I met up with JD yesterday to do a little thrifting, and he was like, hey, do you remember that Paint Master Joe at the show? And I was like, yeah. He goes, I bought it. And I said, no way. I'm like, how much were they asking for it? He goes, well, towards the end of the show, I think there was like an hour left in the show, and he said, he went up to the table and said, hey, if that were for sale, how much would you ask for it? And the guy said, $7,500. And JD said, I just told him, I was like, I'm not comfortable at $7,500. That's a little too much for me. And the guy asked him, well, what price would you be comfortable at? And JD said, we ended up settling on $5,000, and I pulled the trigger and I bought it. Now, unfortunately, I had already left the show, so I don't have footage of that, but JD did buy this figure. And JD, if you're watching, man, I am so jealous. Like, this thing is like, this is toy history. This is toy history that he just bought. And like, I would love to have something like that in my collection one day. And these are all prototypes up here? Right.
So those molds up there, the black molds actually came from Hasbro. A lot of those were
wow. Oh wow, look at that. It's like toy history right there.
Like this shaped my childhood.
Wow.
So I told Larry what you meant to those knife forces go.
Yeah.
And unlike the original, this one actually has rubber tread.
Okay, so JD is thinking about pulling the trigger on this thing.
That's a beautiful. This is my favorite one.
It's pretty sweet. So they have kits, which they're asking $200 for the kits. Did he say, like, I know you're not interested in this one, but like, he said there would be a discount on it.
Yeah, he said he's doing a heavy discount if someone waited to the end of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so.
Last two throws.
And that other guy, the red one, he's like, oh, let's come back on the thing.
Super delicate.
Yeah. That's what JD was saying, that this little piece right here is can be kind of fragile to break off.
I'm glad my brother taught me to bring those. Yeah, I almost didn't do it. And that's my
rubber treads.
And then if you follow
Oh, they are rubber treads.
And they spin.
On there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then my.
I think JD's biting a bullet, man.
And then
look at that grin on his
scroll up,
face.
If you put in the amount.
So JD ended up getting that snowcat. I think they originally wanted like $400 for it, and he ended up picking it up for $200. Look at JD, man, striking deals left and right. High dollar deals, but deals nonetheless. A little rich for my blood, but good on him. I ended up picking up a couple other things at the show. I got this Muscle Warrior guy. This is a line of toys that I don't know, this guy makes. I guess he makes them himself. I thought they were really cool, so I ended up picking up this guy. I also got a clutch for my collection. I did not have a clutch, so I did have a vamp, but I didn't have a clutch. So I got that. I mean, you can't go to the G.I. Joe show without getting a G.I. Joe, right? So I got clutch, and overall, I am extremely happy and very jazzed up about my finds and scores at the show. Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed watching today's content as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you did, do me a favor, smash that like button. And if you want to watch more videos just like this, then check out this next video.